opening notes. And so now I would like to introduce you to Stephanie McCuskey and talk to you about Rituel De Fille, the brand for which, Stephanie, what's your title for Rituel De
Oh,
Fille?
I wear like many hats,
Right.
but my technical title is project manager.
Okay. Yeah, you do wear many.
So I do.
I'll ask you to tell us about those because this is maybe some of you who are watching are interested in being that for a brand or wondering how you get into that realm. If you have your own brand, who you hire for that. So this is all good food for this class. I want to dig into how the brand was started. I've known about them, and
hmm
I think that the first time I tried them, God, how many years has it been since you've been on the market?
I mean, they've been around for like 10 years now.
Yeah, so yeah, 10, probably 10 years, maybe even before they launched. And I've been incorporating their products into my kit ever since. A lot of the
Yeah.
products we use, like right tonight, I wore all Ritual De Fille, and I didn't wear your foundation because I figured when we get to that, I'm going to show it
hmm
off. But oh my God, the developments that you guys have made are leaps and years beyond so many other in clean beauty.
hmm
This foundation, it's changed the way that I can do makeup. And I haven't been able
Oh
to
yeah.
say that about anything else in clean beauty up until now. So I will show that off as I put it on. You'll see how much coverage I can get on my freckles with my skin still looking normal and natural. I saw it first, which is weird. Usually I get the product before it's out there, but the first person I saw use it was Katie Jane Hughes. If you guys don't know, she is
Yeah.
a great makeup artist, and she was showing it off, and I was like, "What? It is great." And your eye soots and your lip colors and your cheeks and your highlighters, all so freaking good. If you're an editorial makeup artist, every single product should be in your bag. If you're a bridal makeup artist, many of these products should be in your bag. If you're a glam red carpet makeup artist as well, I can't think of anybody that this line doesn't work for, even if it's just for your own personal makeup kit. So, okay. Can we start, Stephanie, give us a little bit of background on you, and then we'll get into Ritual De Fille.
Sure. So I'm actually originally from DC. So I've lived in LA now for 11 years. I actually went to college for photography. So I have a degree in photography, but then I decided to become a makeup artist. So I went to makeup designery.
Oh,
And then I ended up working at Friends Beauty Supply for 5 years. So that's how I met Miss Elisa there. It's been a long time.
wow.
So that's actually how I was introduced to Ritual De Fille. Ritual De Fille, that was the first store that ever carried Ritual De Fille was Friends Beauty Supply.
Wait, so there's
So,
Friends Beauty Supply is here in Los Angeles.
and yes, in North Hollywood. So, one of the sisters at the time was in the union, so and it was a customer, so that was how Ritual De Fille got into the store. And I used to sell the crap out of it, and I just really loved everything about the brand. I loved the look and just how everything encompassed, like colors, how the sisters just made products that they loved versus what was in,
Hmm?
and how simple the ingredients were. And whenever Friends was at a trade show and they brought Ritual De Fille along, I was always the designated person to sell it. So after a long time of being there, the sisters poached me, and I have now been with the company for 5 years.
Nice.
And I have now seen this company grow from being a tiny, 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 tiny company to, I would say, from a small business to now, I call it a medium business.
Yeah.
So we have made it to going to almost a medium sized business.
That's
Um, yes, we are our own manufacturer as well, which a lot of people don't know. For
impressive.
being an independent beauty brand, we don't outsource at all. We make everything here in LA
Does anybody
by
do that?
hand. So,
Wow. How many are on your
um,
making product?
technically, technically, if you count the whole team, there's only maybe 6 or 7 people
Oh,
if you
wow.
don't include the sisters. So, and that's including me and the shipping, and that's the people manufacturing. So that's it. So that's, if you ever wondered why our products are priced the way they are, it's because we literally make them ourselves and we hand sticker them, pack them by hand,
Wow.
and literally do everything by hand.
That
So
is
everything is for you by
incredible.
hand.
Gonna show off a packaged product.
Yeah.
This is one of my all-time favorites, phosphine.
Yes, phosphine is the best color. If you ever needed a perfect luminizer for your kit that will work for any skin tone, that is the color.
Shocking that it will work for any skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It is.
it's beautiful. Okay, so you have this rich history as a photographer, makeup artist, also in sales. So you
Yeah.
perfect person for them to poach. And you come onto the team, and at the time it was small, and now it's medium. And
Yes.
what do you see? Well, I have so many questions for you. What Where do I start with this? Okay, so can you give us, is there a little bit more history of Ritual De Fille, maybe, that you want to share with us? How the sisters, maybe we can start there. Talk to us about them.
Well, it's very cool. So Caroline, we all know, she is the behind the makeup artistry of Ritual De Fille. She is also the formulator. She comes up with the colors and whatever product development scheme. And then Catherine, she is, I would say, like, comes up, she is like the writer. So she comes up with the magical words on all of the packaging, all of our, like, the website, everything. So she comes up with all the poetry, everything about it. Um, they basically, I like to say that Ritual De Fille is kind of like the Apple of of independent beauty brands. You know how, like,
Mhm.
a lot of tech companies, they like to say they started in a garage. This literally started in their garage with written in blood as their first product ever. And they just, the goal is to basically use the least amount of ingredients possible
And
and
why
to
would
keep
that
it.
be?
And it's very important. I mean, it makes life a lot easier, especially as makeup artists who want to know what
Yep.
ingredients are in your products, especially in your kit, because when it comes to your clients, you need to always ask them, like, hey, are you allergic to anything? Are you sensitive? Do you prefer only, are you vegan? Like, do you only want to use vegan products or cruelty free? Also, you need to know what products are made out of, so you know if they will work together. Like, if something's oil, made up with oil or water or silicone, you need to know if they will be able to work together.
Maybe
So
talk about that as we go on, if you would.
yeah. So the fact that our goals are to use the least amount of ingredients possible per product, it makes it very simple to make the product, but
Mhm.
also be able to read the ingredients on a packaging. So for you as a consumer, it makes it easier for you to know, so you will be able to buy it. And just, and it also makes it easier for us to buy ingredients and to source ethically ingredients as well.
Mhm.
We also make sure that we don't use parabens. We also don't use phthalates, synthetic dyes, or synthetic fragrances. No PEGs. There's also no silicones or plastic-based glitters.
It's
Even
pretty
though we do use a lot of sparkle, that
sure.
sparkle is not glitter. It's either going to be like mica or
Right.
light reflective or refractive pigments.
Mhm.
Um, we also make sure that we use like ethically sourced um, vendors for our
And because you're all
sourcing.
in-house, you can
Mhm.
keep on top of that, whereas most brands, they don't
Yeah,
have that.
yeah. And also because we make everything in house, you as the customer can pretty much guarantee that you are getting a fresh batch as well, because we make everything in very small batches. Whereas like other companies, if they have to outsource a product, they usually have to purchase like over 10,000 units. So they'll be getting 10,000 units and having to store them somewhere. Whereas we don't do that. So we make everything like very small. So no matter what, you'll pretty much get like a very fresh batch of whatever you are getting.
And in
Which is
clean
also
beauty,
good.
that's more important than in mainstream beauty, because have you ever opened up something and it doesn't smell good? It's gone brand. This is why
Yeah.
it's so important.
So
Go on, I cut
that's
you off.
very nice too.
Go on, I cut you off, I think.
I mean, that's really it too. I mean, the only other product that we've ever outsourced is the Levitation Lash Mascara, because mascara is very difficult to make and we've just never been able to figure that out, but we can talk about that later.
Yes.
So
Okay, so back to the sisters and the brand and its beginning, middle, and maybe where it is now. What else do you want to share about that?
oh my Lord. So I would have to say that COVID sparked, I think, a lot of joy for people when it came to makeup. We thought that was definitely going to be the end, but COVID brought a lot of interest into buying e-commerce wise for a lot of brands, especially like independent brands. And I mean, we do really cool imagery for our brand and we do everything ourselves. So
you take the pictures and shoot it because you're
oh yeah, we do everything ourselves. So we have one photographer that her name is Alistair Ann. She lives in Tennessee, but she comes out here to LA like every few months. So we schedule everything around her. So she comes in and shoots everything for us, but we do all the hair and makeup ourselves. We do all the editing of the pictures ourselves. And all the video and everything ourselves. And
I mean,
we find all the models.
The stuff, the footage that you have now with Caroline putting the green eye set on is so good. It's so like, how do I not have that color yet? I'm gonna order it tonight. It's all the imagery is beautiful. Take some time.
We've
It's
definitely taken the time to figure out how to shoot sparkle, because that is one hell of a task. Totally. And having to learn how to schedule on the day of having to shoot sparkle. Obviously, you want to shoot all the non-sparkle first and do sparkle last, because having to remove sparkle is not fun. But Thorn Pulp is great at removing sparkle.
Wait, what is?
Anyone wanted to know? The Thorn Pulp cleansing balm.
Yes. Smells so good too.
It's very good at removing that, because I mean, it's oil based and all of our products are oil based except for the Thorn Milk and Levitation Lash. So
right, if anybody
helps
is on, can you put that link to that makeup remover in the notes so you'll check it out?
I believe Detox Market carries it, so
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Yeah,
and it's waterless, which is great. So you don't need water.
It's great to carry.
You only need to put water on the towel.
Right. Great to carry in your kit because nothing will spill unless it gets super hot and it turns to a liquid. Yeah.
Yes. And you can also, Caroline, I know last time said this, but you could use it as a mask when you go to sleep. Or I actually had one of our brand ambassadors in the store. She said that she used to put it on clients as a lip mask too.
Oh, nice.
But we have Thorn Bite for that now.
Yes. So, should we
cheaper version?
Totally. Why don't you maybe interject about Thorn Bite right now, and then we'll go back to talking about the brand, but Thorn Bite.
Oh, yeah, sure. So I don't know if you guys know, but we came out with lip oils over the summer. They're called the Thorn Bite Peptide Plump Lip Creams. So Detox Market carries 3 colors. these guys. They're very cute. So this is Rose Dew, and the pink one's Rose Crush, and this reddish one is Rose Bite.
What do you have on right
These, I don't have anything on except Rose Dew. I'm one of those people that hates lipstick. I I hate lipstick. I love clear. And that is what Rose Dew is.
What's
Rose Dew is your clear.
Does it have, it has some shimmer in it though, if I'm remembering from my kit, right? No, it's just straight
It
up.
does not. It is just clear.
Oh, all the better.
It's just clear. I know it looks pink, but it's just clear.
Okay,
It's not, I swear to God, it's not pink. It is not pink. So this formula is vegan. Ironically, it is vegan, but it is enriched with peptides and organic skincare. So I know it says plump in the name, but it is not a plumper. Like, don't think of it like the Too Faced lip injection. It's not going to sting and make your lips obnoxiously big.
yeah.
It is more like a lip enhancer that the more you use it, it's going to hydrate your lips to help reduce the wrinkles and make them look more like a grape versus like a raisin. So it's going to help plump them over time with hydration. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So this one, Rose Dew, is probably the best one to keep in your kit to use as a lip prep treatment. So it will hydrate your client's lips, and it will also help like give it a little freshness and maybe hopefully reduce any lines.
Yeah, and you
And
can.
it feels really nice. It does not sticky. Like all the other lip oils that are out there, they're not sticky. It has a really lovely slip to it.
Agreed.
And it doesn't stay super glossy like a gloss.
How
Does
long
that make sense?
Yeah, how long ago did you put that on? Because your lips still they have a really nice sheen to them.
Probably like 450.
Okay, so just right before class. We'll see how it wears at the end of the class.
Yeah.
Make
The
note.
colored ones though, I know these look really like creamy pigmented, but they actually go on really sheer.
Mm.
So you don't have to worry about it being like a liquid lipstick. You can use them on top of our lipsticks if you want to boost a shine or to just give kind of like a stained look, but it is shiny.
Right.
So it is a gloss, but it's a sheer gloss. But they do have the same benefits as Rose Dew, but as a gloss. But Rose Dew has 2 extra ingredients that the colored ones don't have.
What?
It has I think it's called like Melia extract and a moringa seed oil. So this one has a little bit more of a treatment factor compared to the colored ones. So that's why I would suggest Rose Dew to be in your kit as a treatment.
Yeah.
And then the other colors to be for color.
I know a lot of people who have the Rose Dew, if they do TV and they just have it in their kit, they're actor every day, they're putting it on a news anchor every day, and they feel and see a benefit. So whatever ingredient list you've got going on there is definitely working and people are talking about it.
Yeah. And I think the only thing that like customers have ever said that they're kind of sad about is that it has hazelnut oil in it. So, you know, people are allergic to hazelnut.
Why is that? What
A
is
lot
there?
of people, I guess, are allergic to hazelnut.
No, I mean, why is that in there? Do you know what the benefit of hazelnut oil is?
Actually, I don't.
Another oil?
I don't.
You don't have to.
So that's one thing I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a question at you from Doris. What's the highlighter that you're wearing? She really likes the iridescence on the color of the bridge of your nose.
Phosphine.
That's where it's at. So it's the same thing. Yeah.
Universal.
It
It
really
works for literally for everyone, and it is thebomb.com. So I recommend it for everyone.
Agreed. Oh, and we have another message from Misty. I use Ritual De Fille on TV commercials all the time. Usually the lip shears, White Thorn. I haven't tried the lip oils though. I love that they are stable. Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Lots of people on TV are using them. Because I might take my camera or turn my phone off and use the camera on my laptop because my phone is about to die. I thought maybe we would go into this now, and then we can go back to the story of the brand, and we can kind of weave all of that stuff.
Yes.
But I wanted to, this is why I have this HD thing going on, so you have to look deeply into all of my freckles and
The
lines.
3-drop is very important. I think we should take the time to talk about
Okay, good.
this.
Let's do it. This is what the bottle in full size looks like. And you also have these
Yes.
fantastic smaller. I mean, you could make your own, but I would very appreciated receiving these.
So this is our wonderful 3-drop weightless serum foundation. It is our first liquid foundation. We do have complexion. We have the Ethereal Veil Conceal and Cover,
Which I've worn.
is in the compact, you know, these lovely guys. Ta-da. Concealer or foundation, whatever you want. It's just a cream. But so these guys, these took a little while. We did do a lap sample version of this on our website, and we used the Ethereal Veil colors, and we did a survey based on what people said and created the permanent version of this.
Oh.
And that is what happened. So we did 24 shades. I was lucky to be a part of creating the colors for these, which was very nerve-wracking when it came out, but I guess people really liked it.
No, you did.
So
yeah, the range is beautiful. I mean,
yeah, we spent a very long time trying to figure that out, but
you did
it was really great. What is really amazing about this formula is that one, well, it is oil-based, which a lot of people, especially over the last 20 years, are very afraid of oil-based products. We can get into that later. Yes. But it is lightweight. It is not sticky, not greasy. It is also fragrance-free.
Yes.
No essential oils in it. It says it's a medium coverage.
Can you see what
yeah, with 3-drops, it's technically a medium coverage, but it is very pigmented.
Did you see this? I'm not working back, like it's the opposite of what I'm looking at. So forgive me, I'm gonna poke myself in it. But look at that.
So pigmented.
That was
literally pigment and oil.
Yeah, it is outstanding.
Yeah. So what is in here is it's basically like the main ingredients are just jojoba oil, like marula oil, MCT oil, and this new ingredient called JD Phyto Or, and it's 1%.
Oh.
So what that ingredient is, it's like a carotenoid, and it protects your skin against free radicals. It helps brighten and smooth your skin and helps enhance the firmness and elasticity and improve your skin barrier over time. So again, the more you use it, the more benefits you'll get from it. And I never thought I would like an oil-based foundation. I was like silicone and water, like all the way. As someone with oily skin, I never thought. And I was like, oh no, like oil, like, oh my God. No, you won't like this.
Right.
But no, like you just hear like the marketing terms of like non-comedogenic or oil-free, that's just the fear basing of marketing that they put in for the last like 20 years. But it was mainly because of, there's mineral oil.
Right. Entirely.
And like the oils that we use are the same oils that are in all of our products. So everything works together, and we use nourishing oils. So if someone with oily skin comes up and is like, oh no, it's oil based, I can't use this. I'm like, no.
Right.
This is made with jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is a known oil that balances sebum. So yes, oily
Right.
skin and dry skin can use this. All
Right.
skin types
Yep.
can use this. And you will notice like a huge difference.
Totally.
And a little bit goes a long way.
This is 110 and this is 115. I just wanted to show you the difference. I can wear both. Right now I have a little bit more color, 110,
Wow.
right? And that's 115. I like 115 better when I'm a little bit more warm in the summer. But in the winter, 110 looks like a porcelain doll. I
Mm-hmm.
can say whenever I do like, sometimes I do catalog for, a bunch of different brands, and I'll have 5 to 10 different models, and every single one of them is always wowed by these. There's
Yeah.
nothing else in clean that's quite like them, and the color range as well is the best in my opinion. And the coverage, I can have somebody sit down who has the most clear, flawless skin, and somebody who has a lot that I need to cover up, and I can accomplish it with the same product. And somebody asked, would you want to set this with powder? And yes, I mean, it depends on the finished look. I generally will set it with powder. If you want more, you see, I didn't put any powder on. It's beautiful. And this is like a very crisp, clear camera that you get to see every little dot. Look at that. You
Yeah.
saw how many brown spots I had before. I just want to field a few questions to you. Oh yes, questions about the foundation. Here we are. Mitzi said, I bought this for my 74-year-old mother-in-law, and it's beautiful on her skin too. Thank you for pointing that out. It's so true. I have used this on people of all ages, and it is such a natural finish that it doesn't wind up looking cakey or sitting in
Yeah.
line. I love it. And somebody says, if you have one, maybe see your deepest color.
I was already there.
You were already there. Awesome. Is it 200 or is it?
It's 215. Hold on. I'm trying to. Oh, so because like I said, these are oil based. Even the pigments are also oil based pigments. You have to shake it before every
Yes.
use. So you'll notice if it's sitting there that you'll think, oh my God, it's separating, something's wrong. I'm like, no, that's normal.
Yeah.
So this is the lightest color, Potion 100. This is the darkest color,
I have yet
Potion 215.
hold 100 and never used
Potion 215 is basically the same color as RK, our
it.
ethereal veil.
It's 200. The
You
depth.
guys wanted to know.
Yeah. Wait, say it again?
So Potion 215 and RK and the ethereal veil are pretty much the same color.
Excellent.
That's how we based it on.
That's their foundation slash
Mhm.
kit.
And Potion 100 is actually lighter
Oh.
than NYX in the ethereal veil. Where are you? NYX is the ethereal veil. Oh, you can't really tell here, but Potion 100 is pinker and lighter than NYX in the ethereal veil.
Okay, good to know.
So
Great range.
Potion 105 is technically a match to NYX, if you wanted to know. So here's the thing that is really important as makeup artists. I think you guys need to know, especially when it comes to condensing your kit.
Yes.
And when it comes to using this bottle. So there is no way that you can decant this bottle. You can't break it open to make anything come out faster. You will just have to be patient. So the way to use this bottle is to, first of all, again, you have to shake it, but you need to tip it over and lightly press the soft side and let it drip out one drop at a time.
It's really good that you're going through this, and they're
Yeah.
plastic, which makes them light, and it's unlikely that, I mean, of course we want to make things smaller, but if you don't, it's not like one of the heavy glass bottles with a heavy glass lid or anything.
No, it is not the same as like a traditional pump. It is meant to literally drip out, hence the name 3-drop foundation. So it's supposed to be like a droplet versus like a traditional pump where a huge glop will come out. So it is meant to drip out.
And did you design
And
to, or was it designed to be used with a brush or fingers or sponge or what? Dealer's choice?
so me personally, I actually like using it with a really dense, like kabuki style brush or an artiste style brush, like the really compact art, like artiste brushes. You
Oh, okay.
remember those?
Yeah.
Because of how pigmented this product is,
Okay.
I feel like any other kind of brush, it gets sucked up into the
Yes.
bristles. So the really highly densely packed brushes, they don't get sucked up into those brushes. So it smooths out really lovely with the artiste brushes or those kabuki brushes. Beauty blenders work fine too.
And this,
Um,
I've been using
we
the cat's tongue.
this
Like,
yeah, the sisters love using fingers. Um, a tip that I like to give customers and for everyone else, especially with oil-based products, I like to allow this and any of our products to sit on the skin for like 2 minutes, just to literally seep into crevices, which I know no one likes. No one likes anything to seep into crevices or wrinkles or anything. But I really think that if you allow it to literally seep into those bits, um, just for 2 minutes,
yeah.
and then you just go in and then go back and press it in with your fingers or a clean damp sponge, and then you powder it. It
Yes.
looks so smooth.
Agreed. Sometimes, as I often tell you all on this class, in this class, I'll use a blotter paper and just take off any extra, anything that hasn't seeped in before you go into powder. That's basically what I do every day.
Yeah. One more thing I think is also really important
Yeah.
that has to do with this ingredient factor, and especially as you guys as makeup artists, if you're going to use multiple brands in your kit, again, because our products, 95% of them are made with oil. If you choose to use another brand's primer or sunscreen, I mean, obviously you can use Thorn. We always suggest Thorn oil because it's literally made with the same ingredients. But if you choose to use a sunscreen or a different primer, it is best to use one that is also made with oil
Yes.
or jojoba oil or similar mineral oils, because if you use one that is made with water or silicone, you run the risk of it, balling up underneath.
Have you all had that happen? It's the worst.
So, obviously experiment beforehand. And but I will tell you, just don't. I can tell you my favorite right now if you want, that I use personally,
Tell us.
if you'd like. My favorite brand to use sunscreen with this foundation is by the brand Black Girl Sunscreen.
Okay.
And it's the SPF 50 for kids. The cream, it is the bomb. It is made with jojoba oil, avocado oil. It's also clean, I believe. It's clean. And I think Kula and organic pharmacies also work as well, but I don't know if those have been discontinued.
I don't know either. I think Kula still exists. I use
Organic pharmacies, I think, were still around, but I
yeah,
don't know. But
the
those have the same, at least a year ago they were around, but they have the same ingredients that work with this too. So definitely make sure if your client needs sunscreen, use that too.
that is very good advice. I would also add to that list, Audacité. They make
Yeah.
tinted sunscreen, but they also make a SPF 50 that will leave your skin white no matter what shade you are, unless you're the very lightest. But these foundations will cover that right up. And I've definitely used them together and love the finished product.
And I have on Shade Potion 135.
Thank you. I was going to
Someone asked.
I mean, the nuance between, like, the difference between our skin tones, like, not terribly, you know, to the naked eye on here is not that great of a distance, but you have so many shades in between.
Yeah.
Each of which is like the nuances of the colors are really special and
Yeah.
needed. So thank you for that. Oh yeah, and Solara, they make a great sunscreen to wear under makeup too. Agreed. I feel like Solara might make for some other brands as well. So
Ooh.
yeah, I'm like 99% certain that they do. What else? Okay, before I turn this camera off, shall we talk about and show off some of your highlighters? What else do you have in front of you? Anything?
I have so much stuff.
Okay. Show us something that's not phosphine. I'm going to show how to. Look
Should
at
we
that.
talk about the Alchemist?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys want something for your kit that is pretty editorial, I highly doubt that anyone in real life is going to want this.
But it's
The
all,
Alchemist.
it's a must,
This,
right?
The Alchemist is basically the product that you want to use if you want to create what we like to say glass skin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just did that.
I've never done that before. I just experienced somebody else who'd never done that before.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yep.
So the Alchemist it came out as our highlighter topper. This is a clear based, very sparkly highlighter.
Yes.
It's meant to go on top of cream products. So you could put it on top of our Rare Light luminizers to make them more sparkly.
Yep.
And you can use this anywhere on the face. So you can put it on the eyes, lips, cheek. This could be used as an eye gloss for very editorial shoots. On video, it's really good if you need to make somebody look very wet,
Yes.
glistening.
Yep.
It will show sparkle.
Yeah.
It will show sparkle. So like for film and TV, it will show like Euphoria sparkle, but it will show clear Euphoria sparkle. So it's not like colored, but you can put it on top of something colored to make it more intense. Does that make sense? So you could just like literally just put it on and just look more, just look extra sweaty.
It's pretty impressive. I wish I had mine in here. I don't, but it so you could see like just how like the glitter pieces are that with their sparkle.
It's very, very emollient. So you just need to be very little bit just goes like a long way. To put it anywhere that you want to look very glistening. Anywhere. Let me put a little bit on my lips too. So that would be your multi-purpose glistening product. And it's just clear, so it's not white.
Right.
It's not white. It's clear. But it will just enhance whatever cream product you put underneath. You could put if you set someone's face with translucent powder, you could still put this on top. But I wouldn't put it on top of like a powdered highlighter because it will just make it cloudy.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Good use of word. It will make it cloudy. Yeah, that's great. That is great. Okay. Should we talk about some eye sods?
Sure.
I love these. They have been in my kit since they launched. It was a long time ago. And they used to come in. Did I grab one? I often will bring. No,
they used to come like this.
Oh yeah, I did. Yep.
And now they come like this.
I used to tell people you may never get through this before it expires because it's so dense packed. And I used to be like, just if you want, buy it with a friend, split it up. And now I feel like in this, you can get through it a little bit more quickly. I also wanted to show, I've had this happen. It's not a problem. I don't know if it's showing clearly because it's focusing on my face instead of the product. And I'm not sure if it's because it got, hot.
And no.
Yeah, but it's happened to a few of them, but it's not, sorry. It doesn't present a problem to my use of it. It's just, you have to carefully open it up and so that it doesn't spill. It just kind of, I guess it broke, which I didn't know that it could because the eye soots in this packaging never once did that.
Yeah.
But I just want to point it out.
It's like it's a science of surface area. Yeah, we discovered that after. Yeah, it's a thing.
No shade.
So,
Some-
so just remember how I said how we manufacture everything here
Mhm.
and everything is handmade. So these are hand packed, literally hand packed. It's just oil that Ashton Amber ices are literally just oil and pigment hand
Mhm.
packed like this. And in case you guys wanted to know, it takes one person to literally fully package sticker box 100 units a day. So that's
Wow.
why they're so expensive.
Yeah. Makes
And
sense.
but that's why you get so much because you'll never hit the bottom of the jar ever in your life. But
How much does this
yes,
cost? Can you
it
tell?
costs $39.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't seem crazy more expensive than any high-end prestige product.
Right.
So
You're right.
that
So when it was in this, it yes, because it was skinnier but taller, it's the same fill weight,
oh, it is?
technically.
Oh,
Yes, it's just because it's flat and wide versus skinny and tall.
okay.
Because this is skinny and tall, when you dropped it, it wouldn't break. Now,
Right.
because this is flatter and wide, if you
Right.
dropped it,
It
it
broke.
could break.
Right.
And this is also now a glass jar, so for recyclable purposes versus an acrylic jar. So
Crooked lips.
it'll
Right.
break a little bit more
But it doesn't damage
easily.
the product. I'm
Oh no. The
still
product is you can actually just repress it down with your finger and a
oh,
tissue
oh. I'm
because
gonna
it's still the same thing and it's
right.
literally hand pressed
Cool.
with like a hand presser and yeah, so it's the same thing. You don't need alcohol, nothing. There's nothing to stabilize it. You just push it down.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You can literally use our mascara too with the tissue instead.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
probably the same width if you guys wanted to know that, if you ever had to do that.
That is great.
Um,
And this makes it safer to open around my
mhm.
other products.
Yeah,
My
less mess, which
less
is really nice.
yeah, totally. Okay, awesome. I'm so glad I brought this up on here because now it's fixed. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Okay.
I also recommend if you ever wanted to put these in your kit, um, to scoop it out and press them into like a little pod. I wonder if I have any around here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like the little sample pods that you can get, like little sample
Yeah,
pods.
yeah.
Because of how much pigment there is, because like I said, you'll never get through it. And these are really heavy. So to condense your kit, just literally just scoop it out and with your finger and a tissue or like a lipstick, like one of our lipstick tubes, little
Mm-hmm.
lipstick tubes, just press it into like a little sample pot and label it. And but definitely keep it. You need to keep them airtight to keep it from going off a little bit because of the oils that are in there. Even though we did switch to MCT oil from castor oil. So
Oh,
it does stay. The shelf life is way longer now, which is lovely. And it doesn't smell like castor oil anymore.
well, that's nice too.
Yeah, which is so much nicer.
Agreed. Wait, somebody asked about, Doris asked, do you have any tips on how you like to prep this makeup for bridal to last all day? I mean, nothing lasts,
So
but
prepping the skin is so important, but that all depends on, you
there's,
know, their skin type, but also just how you use the product and taking your time and also like make sure you powder in between. I like powdering in between layers, especially if it's oil based products. Um, Ironically, our products work so well on top of powder.
yes.
If you set the face and you put our creams on top of powder, it
Mhm.
works so well. You even with a brush, you don't even need to tap it on with a finger. It will not pick up and move anything. I think it could be because of the waxes that we use in there because we don't use silicones. And a lot of silicones are super sticky.
Right.
and not water either. So water could disturb stuff too.
Totally.
And but also like if you do use oil-based products, you need to set it with powder before you use water-based products as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's another thing too.
Yes, very good tips. Yeah, it is so dependent upon the skin type of your client. And you know, we all talk about, and you see on Instagram, everyone talking about like skin prep is so important, and I do 12 different layers of moisture
Yes.
on my client.
Ooh.
If you're using something that is the reflection, and I am a dry as a bone person, this is giving me a lot of moisture. I, you know, you have to be sure what you
Yeah.
put on first is the most appropriate for their skin type. So
Yeah.
like, I might use a mattifier under this and a T-zone on somebody who's going to be oily, because I don't
Oh
like
yeah.
the look of a lot of powder. And if they're a bride, I'm going to make sure that I use those blotting papers to remove any excess oil before I go in with another layer of anything. Even on cheeks, I'm going to, you know,
Yeah.
pat it on and then take a little bit of that excess moisture off. For somebody who's dry like me, my skin is drinking it in and loving
Yeah.
it. And just so you know,
Using the rare light luminizers on top of already set powdered skin is like the perfect way to just bring down that powdered look and to just bring that natural glow back, because the real light luminizers are the most natural looking glow without that glittery look.
yes,
So that would be a great way to do that.
agreed. That's a good tip. Let me see what else we've got. What shade are you wearing in your eyes? Oh, I'm sorry, I should have told you, but I can't read the bottom without my glasses. Fauna. Fauna this is one of my favorites. I love this shade. And the brown shade, Stephanie, what was this one that I
It's
was
probably
just?
Mineralia.
Yep, it's Mineralia. It's like, if you guys ever, you know, I based a lot on what I used as a kid from MAC. It's like the Teddy, like the eyeliner. It's like a rich brown, but it has
Yeah.
a number of
Oh,
tones.
I love that color.
Yeah, me too. Let's see. What is the powder that you love to recommend or recommend with True Drop? Do you have a specific powder, Stephanie, that you recommend?
So, okay, like if we're going to go non-clean beauty,
Or not?
okay, so Vapor,
Well,
RIP.
yeah,
Vapor, RIP was so okay. So actually,
agreed.
here's
It
a
was
little story. So when we were shooting the 3-drop foundation shoot, like the campaign, we were testing out a bunch of powders that would work best on all the skin tones, and Vapor was the only one that worked for everyone, and it was so smooth. And then they disappeared.
Yep.
And I was like, this was so good.
And
And I'm just so upset.
I know that we'll have to have like a class on brands that started clean beauty that sadly are no longer with us.
Yeah.
Those the
So
who are behind that brand formulate for other
yeah.
brands, so we see their
I
handiwork.
know. So if anyone knows the owners, can you like tell them to email me?
Sure,
So maybe we can do a collab.
that would be amazing. Yes, will you send me an email reminding me, and I will do that tomorrow.
To because I don't know if you guys know, but there's a whole thing going on with Ben and I. So
And I is a pro makeup.
and
Definitely.
yeah, and their powders thing. We really would love to do powder, but
Yes. Would you
now there's a controversy with powder. So
do a pressed powder or loose?
either.
Could you please do a pressed? We
I
are
know.
hard pressed for a pressed
I
powder.
would love to do that.
That's good. Annie just
Honestly,
asked.
but I mean they're kind of clean. They're kind of clean, obviously, as Shantakai. So
I mean,
and Kogendo. They're mineral.
yeah, their line is beautiful as well. Somebody just asked about 1999 and Fit Glow, and yes, I use those. I've used every powder with your products at this point. Elia's, RMS's. It's just kind of a loose, easy to dust on. It doesn't seem to ever cause any problems. So yeah, I often I don't think about a powder being an issue. As you know, something that's going to break down what I have on or not play nicely with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I always test everything out in advance, but I've used the 1999 powder. I haven't used the Ficlo, just they haven't made it into my kit. But RMS, Ilia for sure. Oh, and also Mob. I've used their powders with your products too. So
Oh,
any and all of those. We have 5 minutes left. Let me just see if there's any questions that I didn't get to. Sunita's asking about matching foundations over the website because it can be so difficult. I don't know how to help people with that. I'm asked that a lot, and it's just for me, it's like I have to see you either pick many pictures of you or
mhm,
see you in person, and then hope that I understand the website colorings,
true.
the range. Do you have any tips?
Well, two things. Well, so we offer color consultations on our website.
Okay,
So
great.
you can actually email, and I am the person who answers them.
Great.
So I will be matching you.
So
We
you
also offer samples on our website. So you can buy sample sets to do that as well.
awesome.
Um, our website, I actually think it's pretty good. So I'm biased, but
It is.
and we try to do our best with the descriptions and things like that. I also am the customer service lady, so you can always email. Like I said, I wear many hats for this company, so it's usually me that answers all the questions. So I am that person
And
too.
she does so quickly too, which is nice. So thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, she's already responded. I've not even logged off. Um, are there any products that we haven't discussed that we should? I think we have.
Yes, the mascara.
Oh my God, which is my favorite. Actually, um, I stopped the founders in the grocery store. I like watched her walk in, was like, hey, I'm gonna go over to her, and then stalked her, and then I said, I'm wearing your mascara.
No.
It's
I
the
think of like all clean beauty. This is like the best mascara that anyone will ever
it is
try.
insane. Why?
I have been a Kevin Kwan like volume mascara girl forever.
Mhm.
And it's only because I can't wear mascara because my eyelashes touch my brow bone and I have oily eyelids.
Thing.
So I would get black dots all over my eyelids. So Kevin Kwan volume mascara is the only thing I can wear because it's not waterproof and I won't get black dots.
Right.
So this
It
does
just
the same and I won't get black dots even
yeah.
though it's not a tubing mascara and
Right.
it's not waterproof.
Right. Why? And it doesn't, if you have, when you blink and you have an emollient cream underneath your eye, usually you
I
get like,
know.
no, it's
I
amazing.
know.
It was
And
had
we just won Best Lengthening Mascara from Cosmopolitan on Monday.
congratulations. That's awesome.
So yeah. So
And
this is actually 95% natural formula. It's also 94% PCR packaging.
oh, excellent.
The brush is also a biofiber brush, so I think it's made from like castor oil plant fibers, and it's a vegan formula. Again, it's not waterproof, but it doesn't get all over your face and it doesn't flake. So
No,
the only way I can describe this formula is that it's kind of like it's not wet. It's
right.
not very wet. It's
But
like
it's also
dry
not,
sticky.
yeah. And it holds a curl a lot different.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's not very wet.
Um and then I think because it's so dry that you could just keep putting layers on and it won't go
Yes.
down. So you don't have to keep blowing up like that.
Right.
And the best way I can describe it is Catherine made a great analogy for me. She said, think of it like taffy pulling. So there's film formers in it. So
Right.
every time the bristles go onto your lashes, think of it like taffy pulling. So the film formers are like get stuck to your lashes and they stretch
It really
and
does.
they dry. So it's like the film formers are stretching and being pulled. So that's why it looks like there's fibers on the bristles, but
Right.
there's not.
It is remarkable. I use it on clients
Hmm.
all the time. Everyone always asks if they can have it. I've gone through so many tubes as a result. And
Hmm.
on myself, it's like it's been a game changer.
Honestly, like I get like monster lashes, like monster
I feel
like
like
hair, like everyone says like spider like lashes. I feel like I have like hairy spider leg lashes. Like they're hairy.
Totally. They're not just the
You
legs.
know?
Oh my God, that's a good note and visual to end on. This was awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. And thank you so much to everyone who has joined us tonight. It's been a delight once again to have you all